Welcome to the Texas Cattle Company back of the house kitchen. Okay, you guys, throw those steaks on and heat up that pasta. Throw about 4 pieces of this in. These are portobello mushrooms that we use for our steak burgundy, and they are delicious. It's almost like a steak itself. Pasta me, baby. This is our steak burgundy. It's got the flavor that will just knock your socks off. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Steak burgundy, on the money. I speak through my food.
Hi, I'm Connie Thieman, and I want to welcome you to the Eat Show. It is one of my favorite subjects to talk about food, and I have a special guest with us here today in Lancaster, California at the Texas Cattle Company. The new owners here are Drew and Lorraine Harity. Did I say your last name right?
You did.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, we're so excited to have you here in the Texas Cattle Company. What brought you to that decision here in Lancaster?
Well, it was a tough decision, but we have a corporation out here that's called Stillwater's Food Service Incorporated, and what it does is we do anything that has to do with food that will help our corporation out. And what we have been doing is food service management, and we have some clients out here, some corporate dining, and things like that. We have a vending division that we supply, all of Lancaster with fresh sandwiches in their vending machines. That's one part of our division, and a really nice catering company with all our own equipment, chinaware, flatware, just everything, glassware, wine glasses, flutes, and we're capable of doing a party anywhere, from 25 to 3,000.
Wow.
And so it's a very successful catering company, Stillwater's Catering Company. And what got us to buy the Texas Cattle Company, it was a tough decision. It really was. I've been, in this business for 30 years plus.
So, and Drew, you're an executive chef, right?
I am an executive chef for the last 18 years. So very different from just a cook. Yes, yes. Well, the difference between a cook and an executive chef is that we do menu planning, okay, and presentation, and we do the main bulk of the organization of any logistics. Right. That has to do with the food going out and presentation and things like that.
So I want to know, when you met, who cooked for who first?
Well, I had to cook for her to bag her, of course. But of course, she wasn't impressed by my cooking. She was more impressed by my dynamic personality.
Okay, I see.
Actually, the way he moves in the kitchen.
I'm an animal in the kitchen. I just fly around. Having fun now. Here we go. Give me some of that oil. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Our kitchen, one of our clients over there is Rite Aid Distribution, and the kitchen over there is as big as this restaurant.
Really?
It's just massive kitchen, and that's why we're able to do such an excellent, catering presentation out of there.
So you already had history right here in Lancaster with Stillwater's.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes.
So that Texas Cattle just got added to that.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Texas Cattle Company.
Yes. Well, what we wanted was, with food service management, you don't really own anything. It's we go into a corporation and we operate their cafe services and corporations and schools, colleges, universities, and things like that. And you don't really, it's their kitchen. you're operating it. They pay us to be there, and we wanted something of our own. And this is where the Texas Cattle Company, we saw an opportunity here, and it took about 6 months to, negotiate this place. And I've always wanted a nice steakhouse with this kind of atmosphere. And I've been coming to eat here for a while. And I said, if I ever owned a restaurant, I would like it to be like the Texas Cattle Company.
Oh, that's good. And it is such a good atmosphere, isn't it? So you're really keeping the family environment.
Yeah, it's a family atmosphere. We stayed away from the bar, the bar scene and all that. I mean, that's a different atmosphere.
Yeah.
What we have here.
So you can cool off with a beer or a glass of wine. Yeah, relax.
Your children can be here, and it's very comfortable and fun and place with the train going around.
Oh yeah, the kids love that. Well, so do us big kids too.
We just love the train. Like, turn the train on.
You gotta go to that restaurant with the train. Oh yeah. Well, really, I have to say I had been away for a little while. Texas Cattle Company, you just kind of get in your routine and like, oh yeah, we had a fundraiser at the church and it brought me back, and I told my husband, hey, we got to get back to Texas Cattle Company. And so what's fundraisers that you're doing too? Can anyone participate?
Yes. Right now we're doing one for a little girl that has cancer. So we're doing a prime rib dinner, and they're selling the tickets for a certain amount, and we're charging a certain amount.
So they get a percentage of what they, okay.
Yeah, a nice percentage.
Yes.
So if anyone's interested, they can just talk to you.
Sure.
That's exciting. Yeah.
We have a lot of charities and things like that we participate in.
Okay. And I was just curious, when you have all that history, can you remember like the first time you cooked for someone, Drew, or your first job?
Yes, I do. My very first job at 15 years old, I was a busboy at IHOP.
Wow.
And, a house of pancakes. And 1 year later, I applied for, I wanted to move up to be a cook. And so a year later, I started cooking at IHOP. And I enjoyed it. I really loved it. And, International House of Pancakes.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of hustle and bustle. And that kind of is what attracts me to this business. I think I've tried to get out of this business a few times, but I always end up coming back into it just because of it. It's in my blood, and the bottom line is it's the hustle, the chaos, and just the action going on around you at all times that I sort of crave. Now I'd like to show you our cyclone chicken. What I mean by cyclone is it's a storm. What we do here is some carved Black Forest ham and our scalloped potatoes.
What are some of the things that you notice or you like, Lorraine?
Oh, I just love to watch him cut. And it's done, and he'll go on to the next. He'll be doing 5 things at one time, and I've never seen anybody be able to do that, so it amazes me.
What we got here is not a failure to communicate.
When he's on his roll he can do, 3 cuisines in one, setting. He can have 3 things going, different parts of.
And that's really part of the skill too, because you've got to release that food for one whole table all at the same time, right?
Well, there's a difference between the restaurant business and food service management, what I've been in for a while. Places like, I worked for University of California, Irvine, and I was executive chef over there, and that was I just love that job, and I sort of got turned on. I've always called it quantitative methods, where you're cooking in quantity. So the restaurant business is a little bit different because you're cooking per table, per person. Each plate is going directly out to the individual. What we do with our food service is a little different style. It's making bulk food and having it taste as good as if you're doing it individually. And there's an art to it, and I don't know if anyone else calls it that, but I call it quantitative methods.
That's lovely. And I know folks are excited about the catering that you're doing. I was speaking to some folks at the salon saying, oh, so they're catering, is it and just asking questions. So it's different foods. It could be this, but it's any kind of food almost, right?
Yes.
We have 2 websites. We have the Texas Cattle Company, and then we have the Stillwater's Food Service.
Okay.
And he has his menu for his catering, anything else that you want from Texas Cattle. There's actually a menu here, and then there's the actual Stillwater's menu. So there's 2. You have a choice of 2. He can actually do weddings and big banquets and
So
buffets.
you've already done lots of
Oh,
things,
yeah. Yeah, we do a lot. Coming up, we'll be doing the graduation ceremony for the officers at Edwards Air Force Base, and that's up around the 400 people, and they want everything. They want the full bar service and Chinaware. I mean, just they're going all out, and this is the second time we've done it for them. So we must have done something right the first time because they called us back. They do it every 6 months, and
well, that must really keep you busy with those. So are you found mostly here, Lorraine, keeping the shop going at Texas Cattle Company?
We do it together, everything. We run here and there, but we spend most of our time here because of the weekends. We're not open on the weekends over there. Unless he's got a catering, then he's exclusively the catering. But I do a lot of the paperwork and make the reservations and help him keep things running smooth.
don't forget you're a baker.
And I bake too.
Oh,
Here and there, I do bread
yes,
puddings.
because on the menu I saw you have some set desserts, but you also have specials that come here and there. Do you choose those?
If they ask, I create whatever they want. I'll bake for them, whatever they want. Bread puddings and stuff like that.
So you like her baking, huh?
Oh, she's great. She makes the best bread pudding, and we've implemented that here. It's just awesome. And, cobbler's cakes. She does everything homemade.
On that, and
cookies.
I saw too, well, every day you come in, there's a special, right, on the board. Something, does it change day to day, or every Monday's the same? How does that work with your specials?
Well, it changes daily. I do a weekly menu. Every day there's a chef special and a daily deal special where it's reduced price. I do the chef special, and right now it's just been implemented, and at this point I'm trying to experiment what they will buy and what they won't buy. I did want to say something about our Stillwater's catering menu. It's a menu that I've developed over the span of my career. It's multicultural. It's not locked in any specialized cuisine. We're able to do, Italian weddings and German weddings, because over the span of my career, I developed a menu that, through all the restaurants and hotels and that I've worked in, done a lot of traveling, and a lot of the restaurants were cultural, and so the skills that I have developed, and I trained under some very good chefs in these cuisines, and I just kind of wrapped them all into a package into our Stillwater's catering menu.
That's awesome.
And a lot of what I do is going to be implemented in our daily chef special here. We're not changing the menu at all. All we're doing is adding to it.
That's right, improving on a little bit of his specials.
I want to develop something that is, people will come and they'll know, oh wow, today is the porterhouse special. And they'll come in and have or they'll come in and, they'll be, I think Chef Drew's doing the blue cheese crusted sirloin steak today. And so I want people to start knowing what is on special. Right. But right now it's in the developmental where we can, see what they sell.
When I look at the menu, it really speaks to so many different people and their appetite, I think. Of course you have the meats and steaks and Texas barbecue. Is that a specialty sauce too, or something that's been around for a while?
It's a hickory smoked barbecue sauce. It's been around for a while. Yeah.
But yeah, the ribs and specials, and there's something really unique that I haven't seen at restaurants, I have to say, where you're counting points, because you see a lot of calories, but I know
Weight Watchers.
Yeah, so it's Weight Watchers, folks.
That's right.
I've told a few friends that have gotten
Yes.
excited,
Yeah.
especially when you can come get some homemade soups with 0 points.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes, that's very true. That's a daily soup that we have, and all our soups are homemade.
They are.
Since we've taken over, I home make every soup, and there's many of them daily. And we home make all our gravies, sauces, and all fresh ingredients, all our soups, and we're also home making all our salad dressings.
Okay.
So that's just what we've started with, and it seems to be bringing the people in. Wow, did you try the, the homemade blue cheese that they have, and,
Yeah.
they keep coming back for it. So
This is what he specializes in, sauces.
Okay.
So the soups are out of this world too.
Yeah.
do one of the specials will be, it kind of sounds like kind of rinky-dink maybe, but I do a steak stroganoff with great big mushrooms and it's sliced sirloin,
Yum.
grilled with the stroganoff sauce over white egg noodles, and that's another winner.
Yeah, I can think of
Every
a lot of
Friday we
foods
do
like
the
that.
prime rib.
Okay.
Every
Friday's
Friday,
prime rib.
every Friday, no matter what, we're going to do nice prime rib at a very good price, $12.95 for a
great.
nice cut of prime rib and a choice of sides and a salad and
Okay.
stuff like that. So
Little horseradish.
horseradish and
Yeah.
au jus,
And-
can't have prime rib
Yeah.
without that, no doubt about it. Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
sounds great.
Right.
So that's prime rib on Fridays, which just makes
Mm-hmm.
me wonder wanting to know the specific times that you're open. So it's lunch and dinner restaurant.
Yes,
Okay.
right now. Our plan is sometime this summer, maybe July, we will be opening for breakfast.
Okay. So that's a goal.
Nice country breakfast, and it's kind of hard to implement the breakfast after we've been established as a lunch and dinner establishment, but we can do it. I have some great breakfast ideas, and one of my favorite meals is breakfast. I just love those Belgian waffles, but we want to implement a really nice country style breakfast menu,
Okay.
in the Texas sense, because everything Texas do, what do? They do everything big.
Yeah.
And,
So right now you're open at 11 for lunch. Is that when it starts?
yes.
And it's what days of the week?
Monday through Sunday.
Yeah,
Okay.
every day of the week.
Okay. So every day.
I wish we could close down a couple days for the week, but never
It's
that.
We
good.
close at 9 during the week, or actually during, let's say Monday through Thursday. And then we're staying open till 10 on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay. So folks can stay in a little longer. So
Especially the summer months.
steak lovers, yes, I see different cuts of meat, and if you really know steak and like, you know what to order. I mean, I really don't know the different cuts. I just know if it tastes good. But
Yeah, the first thing I did, first week we were here, I upgraded all our meats to a better quality beef.
okay.
And I started with the burgers. We get a nice CAB, all sirloin, 100% ground beef, and they're half pounds. All our burgers are half pound
big.
ground beef, and it's really good ground beef. I mean, you could eat this ground beef as just like a steak or something. That's how good it is. It's really good.
So when you say you upgrade, is
Yeah,
that
we-
in the cut of the meat too? or
It's
where you get
actually in the quality and where the beef was raised and things like that. How the beef was treated, the aged, and things like that. One of our great steaks here is the 16-ounce porterhouse,
Okay.
which is my favorite. It's a 1-pound porterhouse steak. It's just beautiful, beautiful piece of meat. Yeah.
So, and how can it be cooked? Are there different ways even to order
yeah.
your steak?
Oh yes. That's a patron favorite. It's cooked anyway, and it's cooked directly from live flame because of our flame grills in the kitchen.
It makes it
And,
different the way it
oh,
tastes,
yeah.
doesn't it?
Oh yeah. What it does is it seals juices inside when you cook over live flame. It steals those juices, whereas if you're just throwing a steak on a regular grill or something like that, a lot of the juices will, they'll kind of flow out, but the flame will seal the surface of the meat, which heats up, it will seal in a lot of the juices of the meat.
I love knowing that. Learning something new here.
Yeah, and the prime rib, we get just an excellent cut of prime rib for our Friday special.
Now on Fridays, are there different sizes for the prime rib too?
It's a 10-ounce portion.
10 ounce.
10 to 12 ounce, give or take, fractions of an ounce, and those are, those are roasted. And what we do is, if they like it well done, because a lot of times we'll cook it rare to medium rare, and a lot of people will ask for, and then we just cook it in the au jus to bring it to it. But most people like their prime rib, medium rare. So.
That sounds good. Well, and then for folks that don't eat meat, there's even a wonderful section. It says the lighter side of Texas. Well, that has just really good stuff on there too for the lighter side. So that's helping folks that are watching what they eat. Yeah. And but if you don't eat meat, what are some of the things that you're making here too? Because there's a veggie. It says veggie stuff.
That's right. Veggie burritos, salads.
And what would be in a veggie burrito?
Lettuce, tomatoes, avocado, cucumbers.
Do you have garden burgers too, or veggie burgers? Or
Got the veggie burgers, yes.
Now let's get back to some beef. I know the burgers that are half pound, and we're going to have to go into the kitchen and see some of this being done, because if you're like me right now, I'm getting pretty hungry. With all the excellent choices, something else that we have to talk about is there's a banquet room right here. So what are the things that happen in the banquet room?
Usually we'll have like wedding anniversary parties, or the Jethawks will come in, or we'll have birthday parties.
Okay.
Just a lot of gatherings. Even some people will come in and sell their wares, and they'll have their business meetings in there. So the banquet room is used for lots and lots of events.
Don't we have a wedding coming up?
We have an actual anniversary.
And,
and when they have a banquet, are they ordering off the menu, or can that change too if they...
They can actually do that too. They can do our packages, which is the tri-tip, barbecue chicken, ribs, or a mixture of both with 2 sides. Or they can come in and, like, if they have children, some children don't like to eat ribs or chicken. They'll do off the menu, and we have, of course, a menu for children. So we give them the option to do both, whatever they like.
That's nice, because at a banquet then they could know what their price is. It could range from different price levels, right?
Yeah, we can give multiple sides, like fresh fruit also, along with, just so
Caesar salad.
We like to give a lot of choices.
A chef salad. There's lots that you can choose from. The menu's not just simple. You get to choose. We don't choose. You choose. The customer chooses what they like.
Yeah. What we eventually want to do is combine the two. Our Stillwater's Catering Company, along with the Texas Cattle Company, and a little down the road. I've been told maybe keep them separate, but we want to implement them both and combine the two. We want to change the sign out there right now it says Texas Cattle Company, and we want to put Stillwater's Catering Banquet Room or something like that combines the two.
Well, they both sound so wonderful. I think it's a great merge.
The combination actually gives everyone a choice. Not only do they get Texas, but they get Chef Drew's combination, which they can choose and pick what they want, and he'll customize whatever menu to suit their family.
That's fabulous.
Or whatever the event is. So
what I do is, when we do get a call for catering, is I don't just throw a package, okay, this is what you're going to get, and you're limited to this and you're limited to that. There's no limitations. When I talk to a customer, I say, go to our website, have an idea of what you would like to have at your reception or your event, and then give me a call, and I will personally customize your menu and send you a proposal. And that's what I do for every one of our caterings, and I think that's the success, why we've been very successful with our catering.
I understand a lot more fully the executive chef hat that you wear.
Right.
It really is so much more than cooking, but to have that experience.
Yeah,
and
the proposals.
And they don't just talk to me or just someone writing it down for them. I hand it over to him, and he takes over their actual care of what they want.
Absolutely personal. And they like that, and I think that's why they go with us, is because we're in constant communication. I'm not just throwing, all right, you're going to have this menu, and that's a lock. It's never a lock with me. I will all the way up to, from first contact to final invoice. There will be that personal, interpersonal communication that we will have, so they don't have any worries, any fears about what's going to happen at their event.
I really love the name for Still Waters. Where did that name come from?
No, it's great that you asked that. Not too many people do. Still Waters comes from Psalms 23.
Okay.
And we have a philosophy in our corporation of Christian ethics and values, and that's what we stand by. And our logo, it's everywhere now. From packaging to signs and yellow pages and our websites, all have it. It's a plate with a spoon, fork, and knife in it, and it's got the sign of the fish in the background.
Oh, that's lovely.
And if anybody's familiar with the sign of the fish.
That's really neat. Well, it's certainly clear your authenticity, your heart to serve others, your heart and soul into what you do. I think we're so fortunate to have you here in Lancaster, and this is Texas Cattle Company in Lancaster, California on 10th Street. There's so much here to offer and so much they have planned even coming. So with all the different things your family likes, you can come here and everyone will be satisfied with something good to eat. I'm Connie Thieman with The Eat Show.
Thank you so much, Connie.